of the graphic designing and video editing in Canva. So now we are on our chapter number 8, where I'll be creating a 3D image in Canva. Okay, so we'll be working on that of how you can actually create a 3D image in Canva. Let's not waste time and let's get started. So over here, as you guys can see, now I'm here in the home page of the Canva. So from here, the first thing is creating a preset, okay, or creating a new document where I'm gonna work. So let's go to customize the size, and I'll be taking this one now in pixels, okay. Let's go with 1280 into 720. And now let's click on creating a design, which will give me a page quite like this over here. And now the next thing is I need to take out an image. So for that, let's go to elements, and from elements section, you guys can see that I do have all of these images. Okay, so these are a few of the recently used images. Let's take this image out over here, and what I can do is I can just place it right over here. Okay, so once I place this one right over here, I will just come here and let's just crop this thing out. Okay, let's try to crop this image right over here. Okay, so I'll just take out one image over here, and again I will just take out this image again, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crop it out over here as well. Okay, so the same way, let's try to crop this image up as well, and now let's try to decrease the size from top a little bit. Okay, so I'll just try to decrease the size of this one from top. And now the next thing is I'm gonna come here and I'm going to take this image over here again. Okay, so I'm just going to take out this image right over here again, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here and I'm going to crop out this image as well. Okay, let's say if I just place this image right over here, and let's take out this particular size and let's place it over here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crop out this image as well. Okay, let's say I will come here and I will just crop this thing out. Otherwise, let's double click onto this image, and what you guys can do is you guys can just join this image over here. Okay, so let's come here, let's just decrease this one, and let's double click, and what you can do is you guys can just join this particular thing up. Okay, so let's come here, let's join this one, and if you do want to just move this one a little bit on top, you guys can actually do it. And the same way, you guys just crop it right over here, and also basically crop this thing over here as well. Okay, so let's come here, let's just crop this thing quite like this, and now let me just place it over here, and let's just decrease this one from this end as well. Okay, and if you do want to decrease the size, you guys can come here and basically decrease the size as well. Okay, so once you're done with this three parts, again what you need to do is you need to come over here and you need to take out this particular image. Okay, so let's come here, let's just increase the size of this image. Let's increase the size from this particular end, and again what you are going to do is you're going to come over here, and let's say I will just decrease the size from this particular part. Okay, and now the same way, let's just crop this thing till here, and let's crop this thing till here as well. Okay, so I'll just crop this one right over here, and again let's take this particular image, let's increase the size, let's increase the size from here, and now let's come here and let's put it right over here, and now let's just decrease the size from this particular end as well. And what I'm gonna do is come here, place it over here. Okay, and again now let's take out this image, let's increase the size, and let's increase the size from here. Okay, so now let's come here, let's place this image, let's place this image over here as well. Let's decrease the size. Let's decrease the size from here. And lastly, I'm going to take the last one. And for that, again, I will just match this size. Okay, so I'm just repeating the same thing. Okay, so all you guys need to do is just follow the pattern in what I'm going to. Okay, so let's come here. Let's just decrease the size. And from here, now I'm going to take out till here. And I'm going to take out till here over. Okay, so now as you guys can see that I do have this particular image, and what I can do is I can just move this image a little bit onto the sides. Okay, so you guys can see. And now the next thing what I can actually do is you guys can come here and you guys go to your elements option and just type shades. And if you just click on enter here, you guys can see that there are different kind of shadows. Okay, so from all of these shadows, what you guys can do is just make sure that which one you do want to choose. Okay, so let's say I will just type shadow, and here you guys can see I do have some linear shadows over here. So let's take this linear shadow, and from here now what you're gonna do is just decrease the size. Let's give this one up a 90-degree rotation. Okay, so make sure to give this one up a 90-degree rotation, and once you're done, what you guys can do is just increase the size accordingly. Okay, so make sure to increase the size accordingly. Over here you guys can see how it actually looks. And now let's just place it over here. And now right click, go to layer, and make sure to send it to back. Okay, so I do have send this one to the back. Let's select this one. Let's click on alt, and you guys can just put out the same thing right over here. Okay, so you guys can press it like over here as well. And now let's make sure that you do increase it. Okay, so let's increase the size from here. Let's increase the size from here itself. And also the same way, I will just click on alt, and I will just increase the size from here. I will just increase it from this part as well, and also over here on top. And now the next thing, let's come here. Let's just go to this particular place. And now you guys can just increase the size, and over here increase the size as well. Okay, so Control X again. Let's place it. Let's click on alt. Lastly, let's place it over here in the center. Let's put it over here on top, and I will just place it right over here. So I will just come here, and if you do want to decrease the transparency, you guys can come here and you guys can decrease the transparency. Let's say 55 over here. Let's select this one. Let's go with 55 over here as well. Okay, so if you just take a closer look here, you guys will be able to see the changes. Okay, and if you do want to move it to the back, let's go to layer and show layers. And if you do want to send it to back, you guys can come here and you guys can basically send it on the back. Okay, so here you guys can see if I come here, let's say I do have this particular frame, and let's check this is the frame. Okay, so what I can do is I can come here and let's say I will just move this one on top. Okay, so now I do have this one, which I will just keep over here in the middle. And after that, I need to select what other lines am I going to choose. Okay, so for that, just make sure that you do it accordingly. 4, 5, and lastly over here. So I'll just put it over here onto this particular place. Otherwise, let's say I will just keep it right over here. And now let me just keep this thing over here on top. So each and every time, let's say I will just take out this one. Okay, so I will just select this one, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this one over here on top. Okay, so once I put this one on top, let's select this one. Let's come here and let's move this one just underneath this particular shade. Okay, so the same way I will come here and I will just select this particular shade, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here, put this shade over here on top, and after that, let's come to this position. Okay, so I will come here and I will just put out this one over here on the shade. So here you guys can see shade, image, shade, image, shade, image, and shade, image. So first you need to put the shade, then the image, then you need to put the shade again, then the image. So continue this process. Here you guys can see again, I do have this particular shade right over here, which I will just keep over here on top. Let's take this image, and now I will just place this image right over here. Okay, again, I will just come here. Let's select the shade, and I will just keep it right over here. And lastly, over here, you guys can see that I do have the shade and the image as well. So here shade image, then again I do have the shade, and after that I do have that particular image. And this is how you need to make sure that you are working over here accordingly. Okay, so now you guys can come here, and if you do want to increase or decrease the size, make sure to do that. Okay, you guys can just decrease it. Let's say come here and just decrease the size accordingly. Okay, so let's come here, and if you do want to increase it, you guys can come here and you guys can increase the size. Let me just place this one accordingly, and here you guys can see this is how this image looks. And to show you guys in a better way, let's try to change the background color. Okay, let's go with this kind of background, or let's go with this background. But lastly, I will select this one. Let's go, and I will just position it on the back. Okay, so if I do want to position it on the back, let's go to arrange, and I will just send it to back. And this is how it actually looks. So here, this is the image. So yeah, I hope this class was clear of how you can actually edit a 3D image. And last thing is to save this file up. Let's go to share. And from here, let's click on download. And I want to have a transparent background and into a PNG format. Okay, so I'll just take out a PNG format and let's click on download. And this file will basically get downloaded. And I'll also show you guys when I do have it in a transparent mode. Let's go to desktop. And from here, let's go to my resource file. And let's name this one as 3D image. And let's save it up right over here. Let's go to my file explorer and let's check out this 3D image, which I do have edited. So here, this is how it looks. I hope you guys do have liked this one and you guys can create this kind of 3D image all by yourself. So yeah, take care everyone. See you all in the next chapter. Hello everyone, and welcome you all to another chapter of graphic designing and video editing in Canva. So now we are on our chapter number 9, where I'll be giving you guys an overview of video editing in Canva. So till chapter 8, we did have learned about graphic designing. Now we will move on to video editing, and let me just give you guys an overview of how you can work in video editing in Canva. So let's not waste time and let's get started. So this is an overview of video editing with Canva. And first, let me give you guys an introduction. So I welcome you all to the comprehensive overview of video editing in Canva. And in this tutorial, we'll cover the essential tools and techniques for creating professionals video. And now let's dive in. So first thing, we will be understanding about the Canvas interface. Okay, so we need to make sure that we understand about the interface right over here, like from where I can get the video options and how you can add audio, where all tools are available. So as I've shown you guys already in graphic designing, it is kind of the similar. Okay, but over there we will be adding animations, and also while exporting, how you can actually export those. And we'll also understand about how you can work on the timeline, how you can split, how you can put on different transitions, how the layering works over here. So we'll get familiar with the user-friendly Canva interface, which includes the timeline, layers, and different kind of effects. Okay, so over there in our graphic designing class also, I do have told you guys about effects, how effects basically changes your image, or it also applies the same with your videos. Okay, so we'll learn how to navigate through various editing options and various tools. Okay, so there are a lot of editing options, like as I was already telling you guys about transitions, how you can actually put out different kind of effects, also layers, and also different kind of tools which are available to work. Okay, so we'll be working with different kind of tools over here. And next thing, we will be importing and organizing footage. So discover how to import and organize your video footage within Canva. Learn the best practices for managing and arranging your media files effectively. Okay, so if you do want to import any file, how you will be able to do that, how you can organize your video footage within Canva, we will learn about all that. And also we will learn the best practices for managing and arranging your media files. Let's say if you do want to keep all your data or all your images, all your videos, all your audios, which you are going to use in a particular video. Let's say you are making a product commercial. Okay, in that case, you need to get different kind of fonts which you're going to use. You need to take down the videos, you need to take different kind of still images, you need different kind of logos. Okay, in that case, how you can manage those and arrange those files into your media, we will learn about that quite properly. And the next thing over here, as I was telling, that we will be learning about adding transitions and effects. Okay. So we'll explore the diverse range of transition and effects available in Canva to enhance the visual appeal of your videos. So what transition and effect does? So it enhances the visual appeal. Okay, so visual appeal basically means that it actually enhances the visual appearances of the video, and will basically master the art of creating seamless transitions and captivating effects. Okay, so we'll learn the art of how you can actually work with seamless transitions and how you can actually captivate those effects. And for next thing, we will be learning incorporating text and graphics. So over here, we will also learn how you can leverage text and graphics basically to convey your message effectively. So once you're using Canva for your video editing, there you guys can see that you will have your timeline. So in that case, in your video, if you do want to use text, let's say you are making any kind of video where you want to put on some title, okay, you want to put on some lower thirds or any kind of message, you will be putting that as a layer. So we'll learn how you can actually work with text, different kind of text, changing the text color and also animating those texts accordingly. Okay, we will learn about that. And also we will be discovering the techniques for adding and customizing text. Okay, so we will add our text as well as we will customize text, and as well as integrating stunning graphics into your videos. Okay, so we will also see from the elements option, or let's say you do have downloaded different kind of graphics from some other websites, you guys can come here, upload those graphics and use it in your videos as well, which will give a more defined look to your video. Okay, so this was about incorporating text and graphics. But once we move into a class, once we start video editing, let's say we will be getting a vast knowledge about that. Okay, once we actually work. So for the next thing, we will learn about utilizing audio and music. Okay, so we'll understand the significance of audio in video editing and learn how to incorporate music, sound effects, and voiceover into your videos. Okay, so in a video, let's say you did created some stunning video, but if the audio of that particular video is not nice, or if it's not clear, or let's say it's fuzzy or it's distorted, in that case the quality of the video decreases as well. So in video editing, we need to keep in mind that 50% is the video and 50% is the audio. The more concentration I give to the video, the same level of concentration I need to give to the audio and the music. Okay, so once you merge both of these things together, the experience of the viewer, the one who is actually looking at your video, it actually enhances their way of looking into your stuff. Okay, let's say any kind of commercial, they will able to understand what you're actually trying to say. Okay, you can incorporate the music, the audio, and the video all together, and I believe that it will give some nice effect which will make your viewer understand what you're trying to say. Okay, so we will explore the audio editing capabilities within Canva as well. Okay, so we will be looking at different kind of musics and let's say different kind of sound effects. So sound effects are basically, let's say you are doing any kind of transition and in between you just want to give some kind of sound effects, you guys can use such options. Or let's say background music, you guys can use some kind of sound effects over there as well. And as you guys can see there, also it mentioned that voiceover into your video. So now as you guys can see, I'm giving a voiceover to make you guys understand. So I need to make sure that the audio quality which I'm providing is up to the mark. Okay, so make sure to take care of your audio and music whenever you're working on Canva. And over here, we will also learn about exporting and sharing your masterpiece. Okay, so once you're done, okay, you have done video editing, you have done audio editing. Okay, so the last thing which is left is exporting your video. And what do we understand by exporting? Okay, so to download that or to get that into your system is called exporting. We can choose what format do I want it in. Okay, and also we can select what size that is it going to be. Okay, and if you want to compress the file or if you don't want to compress the file, it totally depends up to us. And after exporting, we can also share. But in Canva, there are few features where we can share our thing directly into our social media platform or into different platforms directly from Canva itself. Okay, so these are few of the options. So we'll discover the various export options available in Canva and also learn how to optimize your video for different platforms. Okay, this is quite an interesting point. So what is optimizing your video for different platforms? Let's say you are going to upload your video in Facebook and the same video you're going to upload in your Instagram account, but the screen size is not the same for both the platforms. So we can actually come here and we can basically change the sizes as well and basically put the video the way we want in both of the platforms. Let's say sometimes it might not be possible to put the same thing inside the video. Okay, so we need to make sure that we optimize our video for different platforms according to the sizes or the presets that is set. Okay, so we need to take care of that, and we'll explore the seamless sharing capabilities to showcase your masterpiece. Okay, you can share it into the Canva as well. You can share it into various platforms like social media platform. If you connect your account with different social media platforms and different websites, it will automatically get downloaded. Okay, so lastly, I just like to conclude. So now let's start creating some stunning videos with confidence, and let's unleash your creativity with Canva. So now we will move on to our next chapter where we'll start video editing in Canva. Hello everyone, and welcome you all to another chapter of graphic designing and video editing in Canva. So now we are on our chapter number 10, where I'll be making a product commercial in Canva. So I'll show you guys how you can create such kind of video in Canva. So let's not waste time and let's get started. So over here, as you guys can see, now I'm here in the homepage of Canva. So once you come right over here, the first thing what you need to do is you need to go to this video option. And from video option over here, you guys can see there are a lot of options. Okay, so under here, you do have mobile video, and they do have some particular sizes as well. Okay, and for this one here, you do have the Facebook video. Okay, over here, you do have the Instagram reel. Here, you do have the TikTok video sizes. And if you go on the right hand side more, you guys will be able to check out more videos quite over here. Okay, so now let me come here and let me customize size. Okay, oh, by mistakenly I did created this. Let's delete this. Let's go to customize size, and from here let's take 1080 into 720 size. Okay, so you guys can basically take it quite over here. Otherwise, let's come here, let's cancel this one again, and from videos I can come here and I can basically select a size all by myself. Okay, let's say if you just go down here, you guys can see there are different presets. Okay, so you guys can just click on create design, or let's say if you do want to customize the size, you guys can customize it right over here itself. Okay, so here you guys can see this is creating a blank, and once you open this one over here, you guys will be able to see this kind of timeline. Okay, so this is the play button and this is the pause, and from here you guys can check the total duration. And over here, if you do want to zoom in, you guys can come here, zoom in, zoom out, and this is the same grid view. You guys can have multiple pages over here. And if you do want to increase the size of one footage, you guys can increase the size of one footage of 5 seconds. And you guys can come here and check out the background color as well. Okay, so the first thing is I'm going to come right over here and I am going to put out some text. Okay, so what kind of text do I want, and what is the type of commercial that I'm going to make? So let me show you guys first. Let's go to uploads, and from upload files, I will just upload an image. Let's go to download, and from here, otherwise I will show you guys in detail. Let's say I will come over here, let's go to downloads, and over here I will just extract this particular file. Let's click on extract, and this one is being extracted. Now let's delete this particular file. Let's go back, let's click on upload files, let's go to downloads, and from here now I am going to take out an image. So this is the image which I will take. Let's click on open right over here, and this particular image is open. Okay, so let's come here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here, and now I am basically going to take out this image over here, and let's try to decrease the size. Okay, so I'll just decrease the size. I'll just crop it over here, and once I do have cropped it, I want to remove the background of this thing. Okay, so if I do want to remove the background over here, so for that, now let's go to edit image option. Okay, so let's click on this edit image, and from here now let's click on to the BG remover. Okay, so what BG remover does, it actually removes the background of the image which you have selected. And now here you guys can see the background of my image has got removed. So now you guys can come here, increase or decrease the size accordingly. Okay. But for now, I need to choose a kind of background. Okay. So if you do want to change up the background, let me go with some color. Okay. Let's come here and let me just try to choose some color. So from here, let's go to this particular point and let's say I won't go too much, but yeah, this kind of color is looking great. Okay. So for now, let's come here. Let's increase this juice bottle size. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and I'm going to give this one up a rotation. Okay. Let's say I will just give this one up a rotation over here. And now the next thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here and I'm going to take some other images as well. Okay. So for that, now I will come here. Let's say I will just duplicate this one. And let me just try to put this one over here in one side. Okay. And now again, I'll just click on Alt and I will just put this thing over here on side as well. Okay. So once you're done with this particular part, let's try to get another kind of a background. Okay. Let's go to elements from here. And from here, now I will just type strawberry. Okay. So as you guys can see on my screen, this is a strawberry flavored drink. So in that case, now I will come here and I will try to get out a strawberry background. Let's click on strawberry. And over here, you guys can see that there are different videos which you can choose from. Okay. So you guys can come here and you guys can check. There are a lot of videos. So what I can do is I can just come here, maybe place this particular video and I will just cancel this one. Let's say I will just increase the size. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to right click, go to layer, and I want to send it to back. Okay, so I did have send it to the back, but at the same time, what I want to do is I want to right click and I want to actually change the transparency. Okay, let's say I do want it at a 70% transparency. Okay, let's click on 70. Let's click on enter. And this is how it looks. Okay, let me just place it right over here. Let me just increase the size. And what you're going to do is if you do want to lock this one, you guys can right click. Let's go to lock and you guys can just lock the position itself. So now let's come here. If you do want to change it, you guys can come here and first you need to make sure what is going to be the placement or how is the placement going to be. Okay, so let's come here and at the same time, if you do want to give this one up a rotation, let's come here and let's select this and let's try to give this one up a rotation as well. Okay, so now let's come to this position and if you do want to give this one up some rotation here, you guys can also give this one up a rotation and let's select this one and over here let's try to give this up a rotation. Let's say I will just move this one up over here as well, and using control you guys can just select all of this, let's say using shift, and now you guys can just decrease the size all along. Okay, so let's come here, let's just place it over here, and if you do want to add more graphics, okay, you guys can basically add more graphics over here. So now I will come here, let's say I will just choose this one, and what I want to do is I want to actually make it, or if I want to come here, let's go to edit image. I can come here and I can basically apply some shadows and stuff over here as well. Okay, and if you do want to animate, here are different options of how you will be able to animate those things up. Okay, so here you guys can see this is how you guys can basically animate this product. Okay, so the same way, let's try to select all these three all together. And what I can also do is I can just group these things. Okay, let's come here, let's select this three, and from here what you're gonna do is you're gonna click onto this group option, and now this thing is being grouped. Okay, so now you guys can see how it will actually look. Okay, this is how it will appear on the screen. And if you think that this is too fast, what you guys can do is you guys can basically decrease the speed of how it will appear. Let's say it will just appear quite like this, and at the same time you guys can choose the direction from where this will basically appear. Okay, so you guys can come here, and if you do want it to pop in, or if you do want to blur in and out, and if you want it to tumble, you guys can come here and you guys can actually put these things right over here. Let's say if I do like this one, I can just come here and basically I can apply. Okay, let's go to the stomp option, and if I just come here, and how do I want it to stomp? Okay, do I want it on enter, or do I want it on exit, or I want it on both? Okay, let's just click on enter, because over here what I'll do is basically I will just decrease the timing. Okay, so let's come here. Let's say I do want to put this one up as 5 seconds, and now let's try to play this one, and this is how it will appear. Okay, and at the same time, if I do want to move, okay, I can come here and I can just move this one, and I can just decrease the intensity from here as well. Okay, but let me just put on the stomp option itself, and I will just put it on enter. And now let's come back and I can select the playback speed from here as well. Okay, if you do want it to play on repeat, okay, you guys can come here and also do that. And now this is the time where we can work with text. So for that, let's go to the text option. Okay, and from the text option, what you guys can do is you guys can click here and let's say add up a new text box. And from here, now you guys can come to this particular point, select what kind of text are you looking for. Okay, so let me just type strawberry. And what you guys can do is you guys can just increase the size of the text. Okay, you guys can just increase the size of the text basically from here, and you guys can just place it over here on top. Okay, let me just come over here, select this whole thing. Let me just select up a color, and let's select this one, and let me just go with a white color. And at the same time, if you do want to give this one up a outline, you guys can come here and basically you guys will be able to give this one up a outcome. Okay, let's come here, let's place it, and now let's move it over here on top. And what you guys can do is you guys can just change out the outline. Okay, so for that, let's go to effects, and from effects here you guys can see I do have the outline option, but for outline I am going to take out a black color. Okay, so I'll just take out this black color over here, and also I do want it to appear quite smooth. Okay, so inside, if you do want to give out some red color, okay, you guys can come here and you guys can give some red color over here as well. But this red basically looks too much. Okay, so I will just decrease the intensity, and over here under effects I will just decrease the thickness of this letter as well. Okay, so once I'm done with this particular part, let's say I will just add another text. Let's say I will just go to elements option, and now over here I will search for tag. Okay, let's click on enter, and over here now I do have different kind of tags. And if you go to graphics, under graphics, you guys can see there are a lot of it. Okay, so I will just take this one, and from here now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change out this rotation. Let's say I will come here, let's go to text, and from here now I will just add up another text box, and I will type 100%. Okay, let's go with 100% natural ingredients. Okay, and once you're done with this particular part, what you guys can do is if you do want to increase the size, you guys can come here and you guys can basically increase the size as well. Okay, so from here, let's say I will take out this text, and from here now let's go to this effects option, and under effects, if you do want to give this one up a curve, you guys can come here and let's select this whole thing up, and let's try to give this one a white color. Okay, so I'll just try to give this one up a white color, and from here now let's select this, let's go to effects, and now you guys can select how much curve are you looking for. Okay, so here you guys can see I do have given this particular rotation, or let's say I will come here and I can just give this one up a rotation over here as well. Let's move it up, and you guys can just again change this effects over here, and also you guys can maintain the spacing between the letters. Okay, you guys can come here and you guys can basically check out from this particular position. Let's say I will just keep this thing right over here in the center, and also at the same time let's add this one, and both of this I will just group it. And what you guys can do is let's go to elements, and from here now let's add a strawberry. Okay, so I'll just add up a strawberry right over here, and what I can do is I can just put this thing over here in the center. Okay, so I'll just decrease the size. Let's say I will just select this one, and I will just put these things over here in the center. So using shift, now let's click on Control G again to copy, and now let's animate this one as well. Okay, so now let's select this, let's select both of this, and now how it will actually work. So for me now, let's place this thing up, and this is how it will actually work. Okay, and once it will end, I want it to disappear out of the screen as well. Okay, so let's come here. This is how it will get applied over here. If you do want to change it, you guys can come here and you guys can basically change it as well. If you want it to blur and come, it will blur and come over here. And now I can just apply role. Okay, so if I just come with the word directly, but if I want only the character, okay, you guys can come here and you guys can actually work on only with the character as well. Okay, so if you do want to add some flicker, you guys can come here, and if you do want it to wiggle, you guys can add this option as well. Okay, so now if you do want it to bounce, or if you do want the typewriter effect, you guys can use these particular effects from here as well. Okay, so let's go with the shift, and from here now I will just decrease this one, and again over here I will just select this thing. Okay, otherwise let's select the whole thing from here. Let's go to this option, and now I will just actually fade this one in, and I will just decrease the speed over here as well. Okay, so this is how I will actually make this particular commercial, and I can also give out the name of the company. And the same way, let's come here, let's add a new page, and let's add another page over here. So for that, let's go to uploads option. Let's take out this image, and from here now I will just crop out this image. And what I'll do is I will just decrease the size from here. Let's decrease the size from top and the sides as well. Okay, let's decrease the size, and let's go to edit image, and let's click on to the BG remover. Okay, and over here the background has been removed. And if you do want to take out this particular bottle, okay, you guys can take out this bottle from here, and at the same time you guys can just give this one up a duplicate. And now let's just flip this one up. Okay, so I'll just flip vertical. Otherwise, let's come here, let's try to give this one up a rotation. Okay, so let's come here, let's just give this one up a rotation, quite like this. Let's flip it up, flip this one, and yeah, this one looks better. So let's come here somewhere around here. And the next thing what you're going to do is you are going to select both of this. And if you do want to add any kind of shadows, you guys can come here and you guys can add. Let me group this one. And from here, now let's place it. And if you do want to add, you guys can come here and you guys can basically add some shadows. Let's go to edit image. And from here, now let's go to shadows. And now you guys can basically add some shadows over here. Let's say I will just go down. Let's select this whole group altogether. And this is how you guys can't basically work. But the same way, if you come here, let's go with shadow. If you just click on enter, here you guys can see I do have a lot of shadow options. So let's decrease the size. Let's come here. Let's decrease the size over here as well. And now right click, let's go to layer, and now you guys can send it to back. And this is how you guys can create these particular shadows. And next thing, you guys can just type orange. Okay, so I'll just type orange over here. Let's click on enter. And here under videos, you guys can see I do have a lot of orange videos. Okay, so you guys can come here and check which one actually looks good, and you guys can select that video for your thing. Okay, so you guys can come here. Let's say I will just go on top and try to search. Let's come over here, and you guys can just take out this video, and now you guys can just place this thing accordingly. Okay, let's come here. Let's just place this one accordingly. Let's go on to the sides as well. Right click, go to layers, and I'll just send it to back. Decrease the intensity to 70%. Okay, 70, click on enter. And yeah, this one basically looks good. And now let's increase the size from here. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna come over here and you are going to put out some text. Okay, so for that, again, what you're going to do is you are going to come here. Let's go to text option, and from here now I will choose the text that I want to use. Okay, so let's come to this particular point, and from here let's take this one. Okay, so let's take this particular text, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna come here. Let's ungroup, and I'm going to use this one right over here. Let's say orange flavor. And after that, you guys can just decrease the size, and now you guys can just decrease the letter spacing as well. Okay, let's say you guys can come here, you guys can decrease the letter spacing, and the same way goes with this one. You guys can just decrease the letter spacing of this particular place as well. Okay, and once you're done, you guys can just place this particular thing in one corner. First, let's log this video which I have, and now I will try to position this one over here in one corner. Okay, so now let's try to place it. And now once you're done, you guys can just animate. And the same way, I will just decrease it to 5 seconds. Okay, so let's decrease it to 5 seconds. Let's come here. Let's take this one. Let's click on copy. Let's come to this video. Let's click on Control V to paste. But now over here, now what I want to do is I do want to delete this one. And in this particular place, I do want to put out other graphics. Let's go to graphic. And over here, I'm going to put this orange graphics, which I have. Okay, so let's come here. Let's select this. And now at the same time, I'm going to place it over here in the center. Okay, so now this one looks better. And if you do want to change out the text, okay, let's come here. Let's select this text. You guys can come to this point, and from here now you guys can select what kind of font you are basically looking for. Okay, let's go with some horizon over here. Okay, so you guys can just take out this horizon, and maybe you guys can select some color which is quite orangish but a bit dark as well. Okay, so you guys can come here and you guys can just add up some dark color, and at the same time what you guys can also do is let's just duplicate a layer. Okay, let's click on duplicate, and you guys can just put this one on top. Okay, let's just move it up over onto the right. Let's move it onto the top a little bit, and now you guys can just go to layer. Let's go to right click, and from here now I do want to see the layers, and once I've selected this, I will just come here and I will just change up the text color. Okay, so I do have changed out the text color over here, and now what you guys can do is you guys can just move this thing up. Okay, and let's say I just want to move it onto the right hand side. Okay, so I'll just place it right over here. Let's move it onto the right hand side, and you guys can basically check this one out. Okay, let's put this one on top, and now if I do want to use some dark color, you guys can come here and use this dark color as well. Okay, so let's select this text, and now I will try to select both of it. Okay, let's come here, and now I do want to group it. And what I can do is I can just place it over here in one particular side. Okay, let's come here. Let's just try to increase the size. And now I do want to give this one up a text color. Okay, let's say I will come here. I do want to go back. And if I do want to only select this top layer, let's come here. Let's go up with a black color. Okay, so here this is how it actually looks. Let's select this layer. Okay, let's come here. And now let's just select it. Okay, let's come here, let's select this one, and you guys can group this thing accordingly. And for that, lastly, let's go to this animation, and from here now you guys can actually choose. Okay, let's say I will come here, I will only select this particular icon, and from here now I can choose what kind of animation am I looking for. Okay, if you do want a fade one, you guys can come here and you guys can basically have this one right over here as well. Okay, let's say I will just use the drift option, and over here what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this flicker. Okay, so I'll just apply this flicker over here. So let's go back, let's select this text, or let's select this icon which I have, and let's unlock this one. Let's come here, and lastly let's go to this position. Let's say if you want to put on the wiggle option, you guys can come here, and let's say decrease the intensity over here. Okay, so otherwise if you do want to rotate, you guys can come here. Otherwise let's go with the flicker or the pulse option. So now let's just play this thing up, and this one doesn't look that great. I will just come here. Let's go with this tectonic, and from here I will just remove all the animation. Okay, so I'll just clear animations over here. Let's select this one, and from here I can just select this pop option, and I can basically decrease the speed over here as well. Okay, And now in between, what I can do is I can basically add up a transition. Let's say I will just click on transition, and I can select what kind of transition do I want to use. Do I want a line wipe? Do I want to have a color wipe? Okay, let's go with color wipe. And over here, I can choose what is going to be the duration. Okay, let's say I will have this color wipe over here, and also I can basically select the type of colors. Okay, let's select this one for the first color, and over here for the second color, let's go to this particular point. Okay, and now for the third color, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here and I'm trying to go with something on the orange. Okay, let's come here, let's select this color, and for the fourth color, okay, I will just select this one. Let's go to add a new color. And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna come right over here and you are going to take out this color. Okay, so now once you're done, let's see how it actually looks. And this is how it will basically appear on the second page. Okay, so over here now, let's just play this thing up. And over here now, if I just take out onto this video, okay, let's come here, let's take out this video, and I will just unlock it. And what you guys can do is just take out the video itself, and once you have this video, you guys don't have to apply the stomp. Okay, so what you guys can do is you guys can basically use the rise option, and you guys can actually increase the speed over here. Let's say you guys can just increase the speed. Let's select this text over here, and also you guys can just increase the speed of the text. Okay, let's come here, let's increase the speed of only this text. And the last thing which is left is I need to put out audio. Okay, so in that case, now let's search for audio, and let's click on enter. And over here you guys can see I do have different audios, so I'll just click on to see all, and over here I can hear this thing out. So let me just use this one over here. Okay, so let me come here, let me drag this one, and under this drop music, I do have my audio. So I can come here, I can just increase the size of my audio accordingly. Let's say if I do want to move this one, okay, I can come here and I can just move this one accordingly. Okay, so let's come here, let's just play this one. So yeah, this is how you guys can create this kind of videos over here. Let me just go with 5 seconds. Okay, so over here I will just go with 5 seconds, and also over here I will go with 5 seconds. So now let's see how it actually looks. So yeah, this is how you guys can actually create some videos over here and animations as well. Okay, and if you want to put out a presenting page over here on top, you guys can also do that. Okay, so let's say if I just select this particular video, and if I do want to add up a page, okay, but over here now I do want to decrease the size, where I will just use a text. Okay, so I will just take or go to the uploads option, and from here now I will just select both of this. Let's say I will just decrease this one, decrease this from here as well. And what I need to do is I need to just duplicate this one. And from here, now I will just select one. Let's say I will come here, I will just select this one. And from this particular side, I will just select this one. First thing, let's go to edit image. And from here, let's go to BG remover. Let's select this one. Let's go to edit image. And let's go to BG remover. And both the background have been removed. And now I will just increase the size, or let's come here, let's just increase the size of this one right over here again. And what I can do is I can just place both of this onto the sides. And what you guys can do is you guys can just keep it at a balance. And let's increase the size from here as well. And once you're done, let's go to elements. And from elements, now let's go and let's try to have a background. Okay, so I will just go with background. Let's click on enter. And here you guys can see I do have a lot of backgrounds right here. And now let's say I will just select one from here. And what you guys can do is just increase the size. Let's say if you do have some different colors, you guys can come here and get some different colors as well. Let's check out this one. Otherwise, let's come here. Let's check this one out. And once I do have this, let's come here. Let's delete. Let's delete this one as well. Let's come here and let's place this thing over here in one side. Okay. So I'll just come here. Let me just increase the size from here itself. Let's go to this one. Let's select it. And now let's increase the size as well. Right click. Let's go to layers. And now you guys can just send it to back. And what I can do is I will just place it right over here. And now I will just use a text. And over here, I will just write presenting to you. And now I can just increase the text size. Okay. So I can just come here. I can just decrease the letter spacing. Okay. So the same way I will just decrease the letter spacing over here. And what I